Okay, my dear students, now let us have a look at the different types of chemical reactions. Different types of chemical reactions. So, basically speaking, there are four types of chemical reactions. And what are they? You might have heard, but this is what you are not applying and you are facing difficulties in learning the chemical equations. This is the most important part. Listen it carefully, okay? Listen to this carefully. Type of chemical reactions. The first one is combination reaction. Okay? The second one is decomposition reaction. The third one is displacement or single displacement reaction. So we are writing single over here, okay? It will make our concept more crystal clear. Single displacement. And the last one is double displacement reaction. So almost all of the reactions which are giving us a trouble to learn them and we are facing difficulties to memorize them fall under these category, okay? Fall under these categorization. That is, either they may be a combination reaction, or they may be a decomposition reaction, or they may be a single displacement reaction, or they may be a double displacement reaction. The thing is that we have to identify to which category they belong, okay? The thing is that we have to identify exactly the chemical reaction which will be given to us or which we are going to memorize, which category they belong to, okay? This is our motive. So let us try to understand these following types with some simple examples. So let us take the first type, that is combination. The first one, I am taking the first one, combination reaction. The very word combination is giving you the idea that something is getting combined. Yes. So the basic structure of this reaction, this is the main point, okay? You have to keep this in your head, the basic structure of the reactions, okay? So A plus B recombined to give AB. This is what the basic structure of combination reaction looks like. This is the formula or method by which combination reaction takes place. So for example, hydrogen plus oxygen, they combine to produce water. They combine to produce water. And the issue of these two and the issue, don't bother, don't get tensed or anxious, okay? This issue of two will be clarified inshallah in the upcoming videos. From where we are getting this 2 or 3 or 4, how to balance, everything will be answered inshallah, and you will be able to memorize, and learn the reactions better than before inshallah, better than before. I am not guaranteeing you that you can be able to use these techniques and methods to memorize all the reactions, but almost all of the reactions, a minority you have to learn, okay? So better than something is better than nothing. तो ये तो है ना भाई. अगर if you are able to use these techniques to learn 70% of the reactions, that's very good, okay? And 30% of the reactions can be memorized because they don't follow these rules which I am going to explain over here, okay? However, so you understood what combination reaction is. So here hydrogen is combining with oxygen to produce water. Very easy. Now let us go to the second one, that is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. So if you know the meaning of the English word decompose, tootna, to break, galna, okay, into parts, then you can understand this one very easily. That is, AB will break apart into A plus B. This is what a basic structure of decomposition reaction look like. So for example, calcium carbonate. We are taking the simple examples. We are taking simple examples which you often counter. Calcium carbonate will produce calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Okay, so calcium carbonate is a compound. It's breaking into calcium oxide, that's A, and calcium carbon dioxide, that's B. This is what decomposition reaction looks like. Now we are going to the third type, that is single displacement. Yes, this is the trickiest one, single displacement. For this single displacement, you have to have metal activity series crystal clear to you, and another non-metal activity series of halogens. So this one is very easy, non-metal activity series of halogens. It is like this. If you know the 17th group in the proper sequence, then that is what non-metal activity series of halogens is. That is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Okay, this is the metal activity series. We go up, reactivity increases. We go down, it decreases. Yes, it decreases. Metal activity series, you have studied this in class 8. Let me show you that. You have that in electrolysis chapter as well. Okay, you have that in electrolysis chapter as well. So the same rule is followed in that activity series. as well. Okay, I'm not having the chemistry book now, so otherwise I would have shown you. You know that metal activity series. So in the metal activity series, if you go down, the reactivity decreases, and if you go up, the reactivity increases. So for instance, you will find that potassium is the uppermost metal, and copper, hydrogen is in the middle. Okay, so the metals which are above hydrogen are highly reactive, and the metals which are below hydrogen are less reactive, or their reactivity is what is that? Very low. So if you have two metals in a reaction, potassium and copper, then definitely what is the method? What happens in single displacement? Very simple rule, you have to just keep it in mind. Less reactive metal or non-metal, is displaced by a high reactive metal, or a more reactive metal, or a non-metal. Let us have examples to understand this one, because most of the reactions which we are going to learn is based on this type. Okay, single displacement. So if you know the metal reactivity series and the non-metal reactivity series of halogens, which just I have written in front of you, you will be able to learn many of the reactions which are based on single displacement. Let us take some examples. Okay, so I am writing over here zinc. Okay, I am writing over here zinc plus copper sulfate. So you see that the basic structure, first of all you have to know the basic structure of single displacement reaction. A plus BC gives you AC plus B. That is, A expels out this B from its position and it displaces. Okay, so this is the basic structure of single displacement reaction. So when zinc react with copper sulfate, what will happen, my dear students? If you see the metal reactivity series, zinc is placed above copper. zinc is placed above copper, that means zinc is more reactive than copper. And what did I say you just now? I said you that in single displacement in this type of reaction, a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive one. Okay, so here zinc is more reactive than copper, so definitely it is going to displace copper from its place, from its position. So it will become zinc sulfate and copper will be displaced. But brainstorming question to you, what will happen if you write copper plus zinc sulfate? That is, you are taking copper and zinc sulfate. No reaction. Yes, very good. No reaction will take place. Why? Because zinc is less reactive than copper is less reactive than zinc, so it is not going to displace zinc anyhow. Okay.